Hi everybody, Martyn the Flicking Feathers again today. I'm tying the Serendipity. It's a cracking wee emerger pattern. Works for anything, works for midges, mayfly and caddis. Tie it in a range of sizes and colours. It's well worth having in your box. As always, I'll put a materials list in the description, along with a link to the Patreon page for anybody who wants to support the channel, get access to the members only content and be entered into the giveaways. You can also subscribe, hit the bell button so you get notified of the new videos, and even I'd appreciate it if you shared it with anybody you think would be interested. So I've got my hook and my vise. This is a size 16 grub hook. It's a Tiemco 2487. I'd say tie these, I don't go much bigger than a 16, maybe a 14, and down to 20, 22. So I've started on some uni thread. This is just rusty done. I like that because it sort of blends in with the deer hair. It's immaterial as far as the body's concerned. So my body material is just antron yarn, and I've taken this from the card and I've split it so that this is about half of the thickness. Now you kind of use the full width of the antron. It's just too heavy. You get a fat, ugly body. You don't get that nice wee slim abdomen. And obviously as you go smaller you'll need to split it even more. So I'm just going to catch this in with a loose wrap or two and just draw it back so that the waist's just about the body length, and I'm going to tie it all the way around the bend, and I'm just pulling it towards myself so it's on my side, and I'm going to come quite far around on this curved hook, maybe to about there. And then I'll just come back up. There's a couple of these strands are just a wee bit too long, so I'll just trim them. And then bring the thread all the way to the front. I'm going to put a wee hitch in here, and then get the bobbin in the cradle. This is a fly that I like the rotary function for. So what I'm going to do, I'm just smoothing the antron, and then I'm going to twist it into a wee tight rope, and then just help it around. The first couple of turns it can be a wee bit tricky. Coming past the hook point, but you can just use your fingernail to push it back so you don't have any gaps. And that's just all I do on my way around. I just let the tension slacken a wee bit and then grip it. Periodically I'm putting a wee extra twist in just to keep it nice and tight. Now if you don't have the rotary vise, you just need to, I don't like that. If you don't have the rotary vise, you'll just need to do it hand over hand, which is possible, it's fine. And just wrap it as a standard body. Then when you get past the point of the hook, it becomes a lot easier. You just batter up, and then you've got this nice compact, there we go, segmented body. catch that off with 2 or 3 wraps of thread. Trim away the waste. I'm just going to take my thread from the eye of the hook back to the end of the body just to tidy everything up, and then I'll come forward and part my thread just in front of the body, like about halfway into that wee thread space. The wing and sort of head, I suppose, is just deer hair. I'm just using natural, quite a light body hair I'm using. Some people like to use elk, you can use white, whatever, up to yourself. I'm just going to take the comb and take any of the underfur out of the hair. And I'm going to just, rather than spin it, I'm just going to push it onto the fly and take a wrap, 2 around, and then just tighten, just hold it. Just give it a check, make sure you've got full coverage, and then I'll just run the thread through the ends. Bring my thread to the front, couple of locking wraps. I'm just going to pull everything back and whip finish. Get it nice and tight. Trim. Now, how you trim it's sort of, for a lot of folk it's kind of personal preference. I mean, you can see you've got this sort of mass of hair. I like to come in quite tight on the underside, a straight cut, and then I just grab everything, take a sort of angled downward cut to get me a wee wedge, and then come in at the sides. I mean, and you can trim these forever, look. But basically, I just want a wee head shape and a wee bit wing, something like that. I mean, again, maybe you prefer the wing to be a bit shorter. And that'll do. That's fine for me. And then I just come in, wee bit of head cement. And with a needle. Make sure the eye's clear. And there you go. That's a Serendipity. Fairly easy wee fly, but it certainly catches a lot of fish. Well worth having in your box. So I hope that was useful. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up below and subscribe to the channel. Tight lines, guys. Bye.